Assalamu alaikum. So it's that time of the year. Again, I'm attending an event, a conference. Again, it's mostly business related. I'm going to Somerset House, which is like a nice building here in the central London. Yeah, this is London. I have been here before, but it's very different, you know, when you live in a small town of like 100,000 people like I do, and then you come here, you know. But it's nothing new. Like, life is the same everywhere. It's just dunya. Some things are better, some things are worse here, much worse. My first meeting is with a guy in this building, Somerset House. He invited me for a coffee. So let's see, anytime I go to like a conference or something, I plan meetings in the city with some business people because it's the best usage of my time. And then I go to the event, and then I have meetings already set up at the event. So I just actually meet people. I don't even attend the event, to be honest. I'm returning on Sunday from London. I'll spend one night in Slovakia, one night. And then I'm flying to Dubai from Budapest. So it's quite an exciting week. Basically, I'm flying to Dubai, and then I'm gonna go to Abu Dhabi, and the same thing there. I have meetings all over Dubai. And then I have this event that I'm attending. So any advice for you guys trying to make it in business, let's say, selling like to other businesses? You gotta be very proactive and arrange these meetings before. Today I have like 10. I'll just bang it, and from those 10 something will happen, and it's just inevitable math. So just trust the process, bro. And I'm here. So the meeting went really well. It was amazing, to be honest. Now I'm on the way to the event. I wonder where I'm gonna pray at the event. That's gonna be a challenge. Let's see. So there's gonna be a lot of Muslims at the event.
Understand, for real estate companies to understand what maybe the hidden barriers might be.
I'm at the event. You can see it's a lot of people. And the best thing was I've met people from Saudi Arabia, from Jeddah. They invited me. I said Assalamu alaikum, Bismillah. When I was eating, they gave me a Saudi coffee. So the event is done. Check it out. Business Design Center. It was really interesting. I've met like 10 people. It was intense. I've met Muslims. Anytime I meet Muslims, I said Alhamdulillah, they are crazy. They don't know what to say because they've never seen a white guy being a Muslim. Anyways, now I'm on my way to a mosque. Just bumped into this mosque in Tottenham. Let's check it out. It's time for him. أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله. The people I've met there, Saudis. Dude, the guy clean shaven. Woman I've met, they've raised millions of dollars. And she, on LinkedIn, she has a picture in hijab. And she took off her hijab. She didn't shake my hand, but she took off her hijab. I'm like, subhanallah, what would Omar ibn Khattab say to her? Imagine this, Saudi, just to fit in the London society. Crazy, you know. And they are like, we want to make Saudi Arabia the next Silicon Valley. It will never be Silicon Valley. Stop trying to make something that's not authentic. This is such a silly thing. Guys, I know it's dark. Maybe you don't see me because this GoPro is bad, but we're in the London Central Mosque, inshallah. Look at this courtyard, subhanallah. Wow, check it out how huge this place is. There's the minaret. It's really bad you guys can't see much. MashaAllah. Look how many children's books they have. Sahaba stories. Man, if this could be translated. Prophet Muhammad stories. 356 hadiths. What? Look at the mosque. How huge it is. Subhanallah. Tabarakallah feek. Wow. Guys, check it out. They sell these amazing things here. MashaAllah. They also have a bunch of books. Subhanallah. Check it out, guys. This is really huge. And this is just Isha, like 20 minutes before. Islam is strong in the UK. Imagine Juma. Day 2 of the conference. Now it's time to go to Holborn Mosque and pray and worship Allah, because that's the purpose of life, not this dunya. We're standing at a crossroads. There are two Jewish guys, visibly Jewish, speaking Hebrew. Next to them, there are two LGBT people just flowering it up. Next, Muslim people. Then someone else, and just like everyone has their own distinct identity, complete opposite worldviews amongst each other, yet they all like live here. This is not the UK anymore. I mean, it's been taken over. But is that a good thing? Like, if you have a country, like imagine you have Pakistan or I don't know, Bangladesh, and it's full of like Europeans. Would you like that? Would you like enjoy that? Probably it's gonna be like the people who lived there like 100 years ago will be pissed, like, this is our country. So I get that. I get that like sense of like, you walk through the London, it's hard to find the white people who are the majority of this country. This is their country. But it's no longer. It's not like that. So does multiculturalism work? On one hand, yeah, Muslims like it because they can come and work here and but they don't assimilate, it's much easier to govern a homogeneous nation like Japanese people in Japan. It's much easier to have a vision of a country which is united by same values or systems. Or Slovakia is full of Slovaks mostly. There's some minorities, but unlike here, where you have more minorities than the actual population. So it's still confusing to me how this can actually work long term. Should we have this global village, or should we move back to our respective homes? I have no idea what's the answer. Luton has a square with a central mosque. In England, bro. That's great for me as a Muslim, but I can imagine the English people. This is difficult to glance at. This is not part of this nation, you know. So, hey guys. So the Holborn Mosque is really cool. Check it out. Just prayed Asr. Like 20 people, 30 people showed up. MashaAllah. I'm bouncing off Savoy Place. It's amazing. I've met a guy who I spoke to like 2 years ago. We talked about Saudi Arabia. I told him that I'm a Muslim actually. SubhanAllah, like. Anyways, check this out. We're in the middle of the Western world, guys. Western world. Everybody can be happy. Actually, I'm not Western at all. Like at all. You can tell by the way I'm thinking, by the way I am surprised of some basic stuff that maybe you guys who grew up in these big cities are fine with. It's just the Eastern Europeans are different. More tribal, more kind of like tied to the land where we grew up with. Eastern Europeans are not innovative people, even though we try to be, but the innovations come from the West. Let's be real. Let's be real. There's no one following Slovak engineers. Slovak engineers are following trends. Same with Muslim engineers. No one is creating new things except these guys. So we're definitely, there's a big difference between the Anglo-Saxon world, sort of like a Western, Anglo-Saxon, French, German type of white people, and then the white Eastern Europeans. It's like similar but big difference in mindset. We're building a nation is weird. I don't know. I'm not a fan of multiculturalism, even though I love it. I love seeing a Jamaican restaurant and a Turkish and German and English. But someone has to oversee this system, and who overlooks this? Liberalism here. And if you allow everything in the society, degeneracy will happen, just like Andrew Tate said. But it is true, with enough time it starts to degenerate because you don't have rules. But if you have too much rules, like you don't have enough freedom or wiggle room to do innovations. If you have too many people who are like kind of like you, physically, it's good, like in Japan. But you need some mix, bro, because it gets boring. But what's the healthy mix of minorities to the majority population? If it's 50-50, that's not healthy. That's already overtaking the main population and the main ideas, you know, and the immigrants don't relate to King Charles or whoever. They don't have any relationship to. Imagine that Afghanistan is as successful as US in terms of economy, so everybody's moving in from India, from Pakistan. You have Saudis, and then you have people from the West. You have like million British guys in Afghanistan, and Afghanistan has like 40 million people, and imagine like now 25 million foreigners move in. What do you think would happen to Afghanistan? It would crumble Afghanistan, it would change Afghanistan. So I've noticed people in cities are very dunya focused. Check out how they walk, like how quickly. Everyone's like in cities, everyone's walking quickly because they need to get to places like a bus or a train or work or food or whatever. Everyone doesn't have time. I don't have time. Look at this girl, she doesn't have time. That's the difference. Like in a small Slovak village or town, you just walk like that. They say hi, they look upstairs to the nature, they observe. Here you can't observe nothing. There's no time to reflect in the big city. Look at this guy, how he's pounding it up. These guys in a rush. They're chasing dunya, and that's why I don't prefer the cities, because I can't reflect. How can I reflect if there's 1,000 people around me, moving places, noises? I can't see the sun, nothing. I'm just like, and I don't have any connection to the land. I don't see the weather. Everything's artificial, so this is not possible to do anything here in that scenario. I'm not saying it's bad, but it's just a different way of life, and I've lived it before. Prague was similar, so it's better if you live somewhere remote and you can worship Allah. And there's been studies that prove that the rural people living in villages have a better connection to God, because you observe nature, you see the seasons changing much more, you see the sun going down, there's no artificial light, there's no concrete, it's just grass. You see the things grow from grass. The noise is lower, you have bigger family bonds, or relationships are stronger because you're a smaller community. All those things play a factor. But again and again, then the innovation is not there, because you're not trying to come up with a new way to live a better life, which in the cities, this is what cities are for. Anyways, I'm on my way to a city. I could live in London, easy. I figured out the traffic, I figured out the buses and metros and bus and trains like in a couple of minutes. So I already feel like this is my 4th day here, and I feel like I'm just moving. I've moved from South London to North London to East London to the center. I took a bus, I took this, and I know, and I don't mind. I would love to spend some time here, but it's not a place to live. But it's a good place to observe. So, Assalamu alaikum guys, I'm in East London, going for Juma. Is this East London or is this like Somalia? Let me know, because all I can see are Muslims and sellings of a hijab. So this is how you kind of take over the country. Everybody's getting ready for Juma. There's just only Muslims around me. This is insane. I haven't seen something like that before, so it's always interesting to get this vibe in Europe. Like, what's going on? Nice hijabs. Everybody's Muslim. Skyscrapers in the background. Very nice. This is London nowadays. I want to say one thing. Everybody's sunning it up. So it's not like in Turkey where everybody's like clean shaven and you can't tell European from whatever. Here, like, everybody's sunning up, you know, clothes, beards, we've got it all here. Here we are guys, here we are in front of the mosque. East London Mosque is the biggest one that I've heard of. This is, it's not the UK, look at it. This is an occupation, guys. It's a direct occupation of Muslims. I mean, is any of those people looking like British people? No. That's what happens when you open the borders up. I don't mind. It's good for me, but you get this. You don't get assimilation. Look at it. It's huge. the khutbah was really great. The guy gave us, Imam, not the guy, he gave us a lot of he was American actually. He talked about how we're wasting free time and our health, and the Prophet would make dua to keep his health, like the second after keeping his Imam. And it's important to live in both dunya and the akhirah at the same time. So, really cool stuff. And what really is kind of saddens me, and I know I wouldn't want to live here, is the amount of white converts. I haven't seen any. I was the only white guy in the East London mosque, and that mosque was giant. So I'm like, where are these people? Where are the Brits? What's happening? I thought Dawah is working, but it doesn't seem to work. You know, we have more people in Slovakia or Muslim than Brits maybe who converted. So. And Islam has been here for so long. It's crazy. I'm on my way to the airport, Gatwick, flying to Vienna. I've got a couple of hours. I've got 2 hours that I can spend here. It was interesting. I'm ready to leave. But yeah, going for a week to London, it's interesting. But I'm happy I'm returning back to Slovakia, to be honest. Even though I'm not gonna live in this caliphate of the UK, which it is, in East London. But this is the mosque, and we've got this space as well. MashaAllah. It's very big. When I was here 1 hour ago for Juma. So that's it from London. Assalamu alaikum, and see you in the next video. Flying to Dubai in 2 days. So next vlog is from Dubai, inshallah. The one after is from Abu Dhabi. So maybe there will be less Muslims there than here. We'll see. Alright guys, take care.